Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to iPunch Smart. Just going to go through the quick run through Kenilworth today. Conditions are good. In fact, they are great. There's been no rain whatsoever in the last 7 days. And we start off in the first. And I quite like Rock on Captain in the first year. Potential candidate for our BB today, and by far the best for Vaughan Marshall. And he is a greenie. Second best, I also like the heat is on. Only one for Cryer and one of two for Mbele. And there is some flames intentions for those two. Third, she's my captain, best for Crawford Riggs. But no intentions here. There's no flames from. And then a bit of a roughie from the first time at Twilight Hour. Adam Marcus and Craig Zaki. Interesting that that combination gets together on a first timer here. That will be the fourth choice. Moving on to the second race, and here I very much like the last run from Bluff on Bluff, albeit from 1,000 meters. You can see it was a huge improvement from a 25 lengths, 28 lengths, moved to 0 lengths. It was only over the 1,000 meters, but judging on that one run, if it can do that over the 1,200, then Bluff on Bluff is a really big runner today. If I look at collateral form here at the bottom, uh, there's only the two not really happening much here as far as collateral form. Remember, you can switch off the 42, 84, 168, etc. days if you want to see less of the details. But in this race, I'm going to stick with my first choice as Bluff on Bluff, which is also a greenie for us today on that one run. I can see clearly now is the only one for Garth Puller, K Stain, Intent Flames. So I think it must be included. Does have the best bat C and is the only one for Garth Puller today. And then Captive Moon could be the best one for Adam Marcus, but he doesn't have Craig Zaki on board. Craig Zaki goes on to Galactoboreko for Snaith, which is quite an interesting observation here for me. So, to that sense, I don't know why Craig Zaki is not on Captive Moon. So, Bluff on Bluff, I can see clearly now Tirpitz, which is Brett Crawford and Adam Marcus. And Brett Crawford has quite a following here, so I would very much respect any money that comes in for Coupe Royale, which is Crawford and Shane, as well as Queenswood, which is Crawford and Mokotwa, because we know how the trainers has to boost their purse. So the stablemate is always a concern if the favourite is from the same stable with Anton Marcus on board. In the third race, yeah, um, Perfect Trust is another candidate for best bet today. He does look the best for Sands, and he does have intent for Van Niekerk. Um, I do respect Tamil Tiger very much because it's the only runner for Robinson, and Mokotwa is booked for intent as well. So at 4-1, he could very much improve tremendously now that he's a first timer. It just miraculously happens to all first timers in South Africa, or only runners for the trainers in South Africa. Then others to mention, Chelsea River. Seems like a little bit of upset potential as Jay Smitsdorf is the rider and he's only got one of two for the day. And he's got Flames Intentions, and then Dosey Doe does have the form, but doesn't really have the intent as there's no Flames from Shorts. Does come from a bit of a rest, has a little bit of lengths to find on Perfect Trust. So Perfect Trust probably the right one there for me, followed by Tamil Tiger, Chelsea River, and Dosey Doe. Moving on to the fourth race, and yeah, I have loads of respect for a very big outsider at 20-1 Galactic Path, one of only two runners for Piet Botha, and Keenan Steyn takes the ride. He doesn't have any flames though, but he does have a blinker gear change, which also shows of intent at times. And yeah, he has a 26% chance to win based on 90 previous P-Stat races for Kenilworth 1400 Class G. So that brings him into the competition as well as a 20-1. I must say I quite like his chances here. Second choice, Solar Power. Third choice, Sage King, which is both Brett Crawford runners. And then Bramhill Phoenix is my fourth choice, followed by two runners that could prove to be upset potential. Sensationalist from Candice Bass Robinson with Andrews on board, as well as a returning from arrest Justin Snaith on Drinks Ferry, with being gelded, as well as the best adjusted time and the best speed rating, coming from a rest with not that much uh, to gain on the rest of the field on his form prior. If you look at 7.09, yes, Galactic Path is far away at 20-1, 5 lengths ahead of the rest, but followed by Solar Power and Sage King and Sensationalist and Drinks Ferry, Bramhill Phoenix. So on those are lengths on bat. So yeah, I think a little bit of our value bet today for Galactic Path. Moving on to the fifth race, and here I want it all does look the best for Snaith today. Van Niekerk is being booked here. Sir Talon is the second best for Sands, and Shane booked, so well rated at 5-1. And the other one I'd like to mention is Mike Stewart. He has two strong runners today, this one and then in the very last race in Seeking the Peace. So those would be my first three, followed by Amel, Alingalonga and Wolfman. Personally, I would potentially look at Pankering. I want it all, but if not, then definitely add Sir Talon and Fort Red, and then the rest after that. Race 6 here, potentially another best bet, and this is the best for Candice today, Fire Alley. I do like his chances. He does look pretty progressive still. He does have Craig Shane on board. He does have a 36% chance to win on overall ranking, 34 on greeny points, 39 on total T-curve. 39% for a 3-1 is pretty decent. And then my second choice will be the second wave. Perhaps the best chance for Lucinda today, Lucinda Woodruff, and there is some intent on the flames here. All lit up. He's the third best for Sands, and Demilo got the booking here. Then Contact Zone, Anton Marcus here, and a stablemate to race 1, which is potentially the best bet, Rock on Captain. So Contact Zone has some respect from me as well. And then My Hopes and Dreams is the last one to mention. Fire Alley, all lit up, second wave, Contact Zone, My Hopes and Dreams. In the seventh, yes, wah wah wah, he could be carrying on and winning forever and ever, but the two others I'd like to mention, Quintus Light is the best Snake Makotwa for the day. And then I do have respect for the fact that Greenlight Gal does have the best bat 42 and is at 6.67, and does have Van Niekerk booked here. So those are the three I would include: Wah Wah Wah, Qantas Light and Greenlight Gal. That could very much also be on the up with the best adjusted time, speed rating of 80%, super low percentage of 80%, which is very close to 100 and very nice. Moving to the last of the day, and in the last year, oops, sorry, let me just take that off for you and put the notes on for the very last of the day so we can get it out there ASAP. And in the 8th year, the top two I like the most here is maybe both value as a combination. Value is Nippy Winter, 12-1. It's the only other runner that Greg Shane rides for. Candice at 12-1, a really great price for the rating. And then Seeking Peace at 8-1 looks the best for Stewart, and a possible double for the stable with race 5 Fort Red. Others then next best, Dollar and Dime, best for Andre Nell and Van Niekerk booked, so must be respected. Little Doe, Kanemair's only runner for the day, Grant Burr's only ride for the day. So that in itself shows huge upset potential from 20-1 Little Doe. Louis Diamond, very interesting jockey booking for me. So a little bit of a intent to upset. And then Miss Millstream, I'd include him as well to upset because of the nice rating for Galactic Path earlier. Another one maybe for the quartet, or maybe back end of trifecta, is Trip to Ireland, which is also not a bad rating here either. So Nippy Winter, Seeking Peace, Dollar Dime, Little Domus, Millstream, Louis Diamond, and Trip to Ireland, my best year. Okay, guys. So yeah, the bipod can be seen here. The PA starts in race 2, so it can be seen here. The third is the pick 6, starts here and can be seen here. Jackpot is in the 4th, as well as Jackpot 2 in the 5th. And that's all from me under 10 minutes. Have a great day.